Welcome back to the KeSPA Cup, everybody. We are here in the Group D, the group of Nerchio, the group where Nerchio is on fire, the group where Nerchio just destroyed Classic 2-0 with some solid defensive builds.
Yeah, he Nerchioned him, man. Not a lot you can say about that other than just really confident play there. Nerchio on top of everything, and here you can see his stats, his second highest win rate versus Protoss there. But of course, Patience comes in against him now. Another Protoss player that he'll have to get through to make it out of Group D.
Nerchio is going to choose Frost against Patience here. Bopped, of course, Classic on New Gettysburg, and then we're going to see set1 where he also defeated him there. Luckily for Nerchio, now he plays the same matchup he prepared for the most in this group, so he gets to play two back-to-back ZPs. Patience, I hope he was watching those games because hyper-aggression is not going to work against this Zerg who plays super-duper safe, does not overdrone, makes blind spores, and is ready for pretty much anything. And I would say Patience is still the favorite here, and he's been preparing a lot for PvZ with his recent tournaments he played in. But I have to say, I think that Nerchio absolutely could take this with if he plays as well as he did against Classic. And I mean, I think Patience needs to alter his style. He cannot play this hyper-aggressive. He's not going to be doing DT drops.
Now we're going to see the power of the Aloe drink versus Red Bull. We'll see who's going to make it out of this group, because we'll know after this game it's going to be Patience versus the 4 Hope Nerchio. Game number 1 starts right now.
세종과학기지로 떠납니다.
Don't bring forgiveness, and I'm gonna hunt you down.
Up here to the top left in purple, winning 2-0 over Classic, it is Nerchio. A 4 Hope here in this group.
And down in the bottom right-hand corner of King Sejong Station, the green Protoss player. This time, it's Patience. Playing for the Freaks, of course. And, you know, another Protoss player going up against Nerchio. And while it will be good for Nerchio to continue playing the same matchup, that means that Patience has gotten the chance to see how he plays against Protoss and might have a few adaptations.
That's right. I think hyper-aggression versus a player who plays so safe is just simply the wrong approach. And unfortunately for Classic, he found that out the hard way. Patience has the ability to now, watch that game and study it for himself to learn how he played, and of course adjust accordingly, like you said. I'm going to go over here and scout early, as did Classic, just to make sure that Nerchio isn't doing some sort of early pool build or something like that, although that's not really his style. He's going to come over here with his probe. In the previous best of 3, Nerchio did take his third base first in order to prevent blocking of the hatchery. His third base in this case will be blocked, however, initially by this probe, and we'll see if Patience commits to blocking that with a pylon or not. That's something that we saw yesterday from Trap with great success, even going to commit to the cybernetics core block as well.
Yeah, that was pretty hardcore. It's like for when you really hate the Zerg players getting more bases than you have, so you try to keep it out of there for as long as possible. But now at least a natural up, and the probe actually leaving the third base, so maybe just scouting around, trying to see what's going on, but returning to keep it from going up.
I think he might commit to a pylon here. He really seems to be wanting to block this base. He will have to be able to create it in order to do so, and now with 4 links here, I think it might be a bit too late. Leaves will allow the hatchery to go up unblocked.
The secret is Nerchio didn't even have enough minerals for the hatchery at that point, so kind of blocked himself a little bit there. But it goes up as the natural is building for Patience. First Adept is out. Only make these Zerglings' life a little bit more miserable.
More miserable? Their lives were fine before.
I don't know. How good of a life do you live as a Zergling? You're like literally the gopher for the entire Overmind.
Well, you have a twin, that can support you through life.
I have a twin. Did you know that?
Quickly. I did not know that. Are you serious?
Yeah, it was my fraternal twin. My sister does not look like me anymore, but we were basically indistinguishable growing up. It was not fun. Our parents dressed us the same, much like those Zerglings.
So that's why you're saying it's not fun to be a Zergling. I see what you're saying.
No, man. I know the struggle, man. Those are horrors. Every twin out there, no, it's not fun unless you go to a school where the teachers let you like swap off with your twin. Like you don't want to go to that class, so your twin goes instead. Zerglings can do that too. Except I have more hit points than a Zergling does, so.
That's right. I'm pretty sure you could take 3 shots from an Adept.
Oh my god.
All right, here comes this Oracle in here. There's no Spore this time, but he does have 2 Queens. He immediately pulls his drones. We'll lose, it looks like, probably only 4. No, it doesn't even get the 4th one.
Wow.
This base is not mining, but again, Nerchio playing safe. He's going into his safe lair in his Roach Warren. This is still not a crazy amount of damage. He pulled so quickly, he lost so few drones. Let's not forget, because he didn't make the Spore, you know, it's the first real greedy thing he's done in this game is not making the Spore, but it means he has those 2 extra drones for a little bit longer anyways, because he makes Spores. Making Spores in a funny way is like paying money to lose drones in order to save the larger drone count. Utilitarian in a way. This probe is, or excuse me, not this probe, this Adept is denying some mining time. Very convenient time to just make that drone into a Spore Crawler. And 2 Oracle's going to target down this weakened Queen, and actually it will go down, and he's going to just switch beams over to the second one. And Nerchio will, in fact, lose both Queens, which is going to cause him a big issue here. And it will not be able to mine from his third. He's going to lose further drones here. This is the first real damage Nerchio has sustained in this group.
Yeah, he's going to cancel both of those Spores there as well. The Spore does come up, which will protect that natural. Another Queen's out there. I guess kind of underestimated that second Oracle coming in, lost the Queens, and might be a little bit farther behind, but this is really heavy pressure. Patience now shading 4 depths there into the natural there, but is there enough to defend? It looks like no.
This is almost game-ending damage at this point, in fact. He only has 4 army supply worth of units, which is just these 2 Queens. He's not making any Lings. This is the game where he played the most greedy, I feel, and it's really just coming back to bite him. In the series against Classic, he played super safe, and now he's just, I mean, he's losing all of his workers. This might just...
Well, he just has no army.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit difficult, and now there might just be too many Adepts coming in there. The follow-up here from Patience, if it even lasts that long, is just going to be even more devastating. Just nothing mining. Where are the drones there? He's actually still, I guess, okay for drones, but I mean, he's 15 behind his opponent, so really difficult to keep up.
And the lost mining time you just mentioned is obviously very important. He lost all of his larvae in order to make all those Lings, so he can't re-drone right now either. And in fact, it's just going to spend what larvae he has left to go into Roaches because he's scared of a follow-up attack that would break his back if he just re-droned there. It's just kind of one of the tough things about Zerg is using your larva in panic mode to make those Lings to survive costs you the larva to make drones that you just lost. So you're losing twofold, and those Lings obviously are not going to have the value now that he's defended. They're just kind of sitting here not doing anything. If those were all drones, he'd be in a much better place.
Yeah, and a fully saturated third base up for Patience as well means that Nerchio either has to re-drone and expand and try to do that, but I don't think Patience is going to really give him that opportunity.
Dark Shrine coming up here at the third base as well, so that gives him opportunities for Archons to be warped in, which is going to be basically what this is for, essentially. If you can snipe the Overseer, you can fight with them, but it's really going to be about the Archons, I imagine, going forward here. Very popular right now in Korea, and we saw it already countless times in this group stage. This base will have to be canceled unless he gets his units up here right now, and even if he does, it's such a meager amount. Yeah, this base is going to have to be canceled. He's even going to allow this to happen. Blink will complete, which is going to make this even tougher to hold. He's going to have a few Ravagers here. His +1 and his Roach speed are not done, and this Observer is actually getting some serious value here as he's able to even push this creep back.
Well, I don't know what that Blink was about. Just needing to reposition on now. All that is in the front there, and there are Zerglings trying to get in through there, but the wall's perfect. Those force fields keeping all the Ravagers and Roaches right off of Patience's army.
Yeah, definitely a strange Blink there. Some sentries do get picked off, which does weaken the push, but look at this huge warp, and he's going to blink forward now.
Those Ravagers in danger do survive for the most part. Now here comes this big push. You can tell Patience very patient, not willing to overcommit and allow Nerchio an opportunity to come back.
Good micro here with the Stalkers as well. Just making sure that the ones that don't have shields go to the back where they can still do damage but not be killed by these low-range Roaches and Ravagers. Dodges the Biles once more. Here's another warp, and he's going to add an Archon into the mix now as well. Actually, no, going to split here. That Spore is damaged from earlier, so he could actually possibly just target it down.
Force field's just so good. So many Stalkers, and Zerg don't have Marauders, so this is going to be too much to deal with.
Now he's behind this base, so the Roaches can't get a good service there. He blinks on top of them, and that will be game here. Patience will be the first to take a game off of the Foreign Hope here in Group D. Dances the Stalkers a little bit there as well.
Get out! This guy is so good. Patience right on top, knew exactly when to pressure. Nerchio couldn't deal with it.
Force field goes down, and I guess it's not really too helpful there. The drone's actually dying to this DT. GG. Patience takes game number 1. 1 win away from getting out of this group in first place. Defeating Maru, a very impressive result, but also, taking that game off Nerchio, who defeated Classic in the same matchup, is impressive as well. Nerchio playing a little bit greedier in this first set than in the previous ones, and we'll see if he can spring it back, because he absolutely can. He just needs to perform here in these next 2 maps.
Yep, gonna learn from your losses, come back, and prove that you have what it takes to get out of this group. Now, if Nerchio cannot make it, he'll go down to play Maru for his last shot at making it out of the group. A lot of games left to be played here tonight. We're about to get into the second of this series. Coming up on Frost, Nerchio, is this the map he's gonna use to bring it back?
That's what we'll find out right now, Rapid, as we go into game number 3 here on Frost. Or excuse me, game number 2 on Frost.